Welcome back to Aussie Wheelin'. As always, I'm down in the shed, but this time I'm with the Gold Patrol. Now, if you've seen a few of my previous videos, you know the problems going on with this patrol right now and why it hasn't left the shed in the past month. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check the past few videos and it'll explain everything. But the reason I am down in the shed with this patrol today is because 1 year ago on the 1st of March 2025, I did a tour going through everything on this patrol, all the accessories and the internal, external, stuff like that. Now, 1 year later in 2026, I'm gonna be doing it again, an updated version though, because this car has gone through a lot of changes with adding and removing accessories. So let's jump straight into it. If you haven't seen the first tour of this patrol, definitely go back, flick through the videos on the channel. It's called Touring My GU Patrol. Definitely go check it out because you get to see what this car looked like a year ago. But now let's jump in and show you the updated version of this patrol. So I guess we might as well start with the stuff that is still the same from a year ago, starting off with the tires. Now, still running 33-inch tires on a 16-inch steel rim. These are mud terrain tires and they're mud grapplers, so I got them all the way around. And underneath the car, we've obviously got coils all around, as it's a GU Patrol, but it is a 2-inch Tough Dog suspension lift. I've not touched the lift on this car since I bought it almost 2 years ago. So in the previous video, had that lift and those tires, and that is still in there. Coming around to the front of the car, this is still the same TJM bull bar that was on here in the last video, but you may have seen one of my previous videos, I gave this thing a fresh paint job, sanded it back, gave it a fresh paint job, so it looks new now. And still running the same King's Dominator winch as we were a year ago. It's never let me down, used it plenty of times to pull myself and mates out of bog holes and stuff like that. Never let me down, great winch. Still got the same Oricom aerial, but we have taken off the Bushdorf whip, light up whip, has been off for a while. And another thing you may notice is that the two spotlights that were here, they got taken off, and the winch control box that was here is actually inside the bull bar there, just mounted underneath these two bolts, just so it makes the front of the car look a lot cleaner. I think the only other thing that is still the same as it was a year ago is the snorkel on this car. TJM, classic snorkel, hasn't changed that. It's never let water into the airbox or anything like that, never had problems, so no reason to change what works. So now getting on to, I guess, what's changed and what's new. Starting on the side of the car down here, as you can see, there's no more side steps. I used to have, I think they were rock armor side steps possibly. Yeah, taken both of them off. And then coming around the back of the Patrol, you can see, looks way different to it did a year ago. That's because I've added this rear bar with 2 jerry can and a spare tire wheel carrier. This rear bar came off my parts patrol that I've got outside, but I got it sandblasted and gave it a fresh lick of paint. So that has obviously changed the back of the patrol a lot and made it a lot better for touring, because I can carry currently 40 litres of water when I go away, or extra fuel if I need to, and it gets the tire off the back door, get the weight off the door, so it's easier to open and doesn't stuff the hinges. And then we've added this Echidna off-road tire bag as well. Normally just have recovery gear in there, but currently it's in the new Patrol. But yeah, very handy. Coming underneath the back of the car, you can see the exhaust. That is also new. Doesn't look new because it's not brand new. It also came off the parts Patrol, but I took the factory Patrol exhaust off and put this, I think it's a 3-inch. The brand is Pacemaker. Didn't change too much, still got a muffler in it, but it did give the turbo whistle and a bit deeper of a sound. Now, I guess one of the biggest changes to this car that you can probably see behind me is everything up on the roof. In the previous video, a year ago, I did have roof racks and a rooftop up there, but it was just a cheap steel flat rack roof rack, and it was a King's rooftop and King's awning. Now, I've gone a bit more expensive and higher quality stuff, so let me show you. So for the roof rack, we have the Rhino Rack Pioneer 6 platform and the backbone mounting system. And then awning wise, we have the Ocam 4x4 270 awning, and that is connected to the Ocam 4x4 Night Sky Z Fold rooftop tent. This is a hard shell rooftop tent. and it can open both in the triangle position and fully extendable. That's why it's a Z fold. It can do both. Up on top of the rooftop, to have a King's 200 watt solar panel that is incredibly dusty, and the spider webs on the side of it because this car has not moved in over a month. But yeah, solar panel, first time having solar on the car. Works really well. Never let my battery die when we went away over New Year's. Kept the battery charged up, and that's just mounted on the Ocam roof racks that mount onto the rooftop. And as I said earlier, I did remove the 2 spotlights off the front of the bull bar just because I barely used them and I think they're really ugly. I wanted it to look a lot cleaner. So I removed them, but I did want some bigger light other than just the factory headlights. So I just bought a King's 40-inch dual row LED light bar. It's the biggest one, King cell, and that's actually mounted onto the rooftop as well, because this Ocam rooftop is really good because it has all these rails in here that you can mount the roof racks to. I've got the light bar on it, and the awning as well has special brackets that go in here and makes it really easy for mounting everything. Now coming inside the patrol, coming up front, it's all exactly the same. I think still got the JRP, boost and EGT gauge, the aftermarket CarPlay screen. I do have a center console this time, which I didn't have in the previous video. And then just added a GoPro up there, obviously, to get footage inside the cab. Other than that, all pretty much the same in the front. In the back seat is also exactly the same. Still only got 1 seat. Never ended up doing my plan for that with the shelves and stuff. And there's no point doing it at the moment because the engine is screwed, as you would know if you've watched that video. If not, I just spoiled it for you. But yeah, never got around to that. But what you can see is different is the rear setup. So let's go around the back and I'll show you. So if you haven't seen the video from probably 7 months ago, maybe not that long, where I installed this rear setup in the back, did a whole video of Nick and I installing this. If you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out. But yeah, I'll run you through it now. So we'll start with the actual setup part and then we'll get to the 12 volt afterwards. But fridge wise, we have the 60 litre King's drawer fridge, and then we have the new range of King's drawers. We got 2 900mm slim drawers and then a full 900mm drawer. Sitting on top of that, we have the pull-out pantry, which has a little table underneath, and then the 12 volt oven all in there. Plenty of storage for food and stuff back there, and you know, foil, stuff like that. All packs in really nice, and there's not much in this drawer anymore because it's in the other patrol. But moving on to 12 volt, I run kick-ass gear, only kick-ass gear for 12 volt now. In the previous setup, I just had cheap stuff and just a random second battery, but I upgraded to all the kick-ass stuff and it has not let me down. I've used it heaps, and with the King's solar panel has not let this die at all. So I guess just starting in the back here where you're working and cooking, stuff like that, we have this kick-ass battery monitor panel that you can turn on and it'll show you your battery percentage. So there you go, currently sitting at 71%, and it shows current drawing and going in and how many volts it's using. Got this kick-ass 8-gang switch panel, so I can control stuff like the fridge I've got set up. We give power to the fridge, and then that does the oven over here, and then this one does my cigarette and USB, and then this tent one, because the Ocam Z-Fold rooftop tent does have inbuilt power. As you can see, this goes down there, and then that trickles down into the door and goes into all the 12 volt mess behind the fridge. And yeah, I can control that, so that's got lights and 12 volt power like cigarette and stuff built into that. And on a side note, if you want to see more about that rooftop tent, there's going to be a full review coming to the channel in the near future. I'll do a run through showing obviously how it sets up and how you can mount stuff to it, and then showing the inside, that 12 volt, etc. So look out for that coming very soon. But yeah, so that's all the 12 volt stuff in the back. Obviously there's a bunch of cabling. I also built this little panel stuff here to make it all look nice, all carpeted and stuff like that, and all the cables run behind that to, if you come into the back, behind the fridge is all the 12 volt mess. Not that you can really see it too much, but there is a 120 amp hour lithium kick-ass battery, and then a 40 amp hour DC-DC charger, also for kick-ass, and then that's the control box for the switch panel. All mounts in there, and then this thick cable here goes under the trims all the way and charges off the alternator. And then these are all my accessory cables, including the solar panel shop at the top, you can see the cable comes down here, trickles down here, all nicely tucked behind panels, stuff like that. And that goes in, and as I said, has not let my battery die at all, because it not only charges from the alternator while you're driving, but once you pull up to camp, nice sunny day, get plenty of solar charge coming in. So I think I've covered pretty much everything that I can think of that is new on this car. As I said, if you haven't checked out part 1 or the original tour of this patrol, definitely go check it out to see what it looked like a year ago. But personally, I think now the updated version looks much better and is also much more practical. Now obviously it's not the best four-wheel drive, like, you know, most capable four-wheel drive there is. Obviously not the biggest tires, not the biggest lift, stuff like that. That's not what I built it for. I built it as a tourer as such, and that's what it was used for. Before all these engine problems, it was used as a tourer, especially over our New Year's trip, which if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, those are both live of our New Year's trip on the channel, so definitely go check them out. It was a fantastic trip, good group that was with us. But yeah, this car was perfect for that. Obviously it was very comfortable sleeping in that rooftop tent every night. I had the awning out all the time, was very useful, and having the water on the back and the full rear setup and 12 volt, you'll be able to cook, live out of it comfortably, and plenty of power to go around to charge cameras and phones, stuff like that. Never let us down at all. But yeah, as I said, I think that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to show you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit thumbs up, greatly appreciated. Leave a comment of anything you think about this car, anything that looks good, anything that could have used work. But yeah, as most of you will probably know if you've seen previous videos, this car is out of action at the moment, and I've got a new patrol that we're going to be building up. A few of these accessories are going to be coming over, like the rooftop and stuff, because of how new they are and also expensive. They're going to be coming to the new car so that I can get out and do some more touring trips. So that'll be happening in the very near future. But other things like the bull bar and tires and stuff, I'm going to be leaving on here so that when this engine is either fixed or engine swap, whatever is going to happen, it's pretty much set up, ready to be a four-wheel drive again. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy, and also hit the subscribe button, greatly appreciated. And yeah, get keen for plenty of new content with the new patrol, out wheeling, out forward driving, out camping, all the stuff like that. Get keen for that coming in 2026. So I'll see you guys in the next one.